Okay, all right. Yeah, guys, we have Jason with us today. Jason Ong is from SMK Bukit Tinggi. And the first comment, Jason, the first comment I have here is, wow, handsome guy. But don't be too excited because it's from another guy. Sir, can you send the answer for B later? Can, no problem. Okay, guys, okay, for all the students here, now the purpose of this session, I want to make it very clear. The purpose of this session is to help you get some feel as to how you should study for exam. How you should study for exam. So you can ask things like, what time do you normally study? You know, how to handle a certain subject, or nearing exam, what motivates you, you know, stuff like that. Definitely, I believe there's some input for you lah. Yeah. Anyway, Jason scored 10 A's. Jason scored 10 A's. He's one of the straight A students from his school lah. Jason, I actually put into the group that you are coming in. So some of them joined in last minute lah. Okay, guys. Okay. Actually, I have quite a few questions already. Let's start right away lah. How long do you normally sleep?
How long? On average would be 6 hours, 5 to 6.
What time do you normally sleep?
So I'm more of a night owl, so I normally sleep at 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 to 2. Then if there's no school, I'll normally wake up around 11 lah. If there's no school.
Oh, you wake up quite late also,
Yeah, I wake up quite late as well.
Exam season?
Exam season, I will sleep around 12 lah. Slightly earlier. Not that early as well.
This is what I was telling them last week. I told them, good students, like, don't sleep too late during exam.
Yeah.
That's why just now when you said you sleep at 2, I was thinking exam time, I don't know how you're going to sleep, but you sleep earlier lah.
Yeah, I'll sleep earlier lah, around 11:45. Because during exam time, you need more of your energy to think compared to normally. Like normally, you can still be tired, but you can revise. But during exam time, you need energy to think.
Okay. Guys, you can put your question public one, no problem. Yeah. Unless you feel shy. Oh, sir, I'm very shy. I dare not let people see my name. Then you just DM me, because you can put come Kati Kesan, just put it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, normally if there's school, I'll wake up at 6 lah. 6 to 6:30 like that.
When you put public, yeah. But don't you feel tired? 4 hours is like very little, like.
Coffee. Normally afternoon I'll take a short nap, power nap like that.
Now guys, afternoon need nap. All these are the things I've been telling you.
Yeah, sometimes when there's homework, you know, like reports and all, you have to rush, then I'll sleep slightly later. But if there's no homework or anything, I'll just study.
Okay, wait. Do you sleep late to study? I think, to be fair, let's say we talk about normal days lah. Normal days with let's say got tuition. With tuition, how do you like manage your time?
So if there's tuition, for example, if that day I have bio tuition, or like normally I'm sure you have more than one subjects a day. So imagine I have bio and chemistry for that day. I'll try not to revise a lot of time on that 2 subjects, because during tuition, you have to put 100% focus in that. Then you can treat it as revision to save time. So other than that, maybe I can revise like BM or other subjects, like maths like that. So you can study more subjects in one day, then the frequency of your revision throughout the whole week will be higher as well. So you can remember stuff more clearly.
Okay, yeah, guys. You know, for the past few weeks, I've been trying to give them some idea as to how to revise lah. But sometimes, because coming from teacher and coming from 1 year senior, definitely got some difference one. Actually, whatever you said, I did like hint them or tell them directly the past few lessons. For instance, just now the part where you mentioned, if you have bio and chem tuition, you would study some other subject, correct? Just last week only I told them, good students don't study one subject for a few days because you need a few subjects in a day, correct or not?
Yeah. To save time, you don't really have lots of time a day as well.
What do you eat in school to keep yourself awake? I think there's only canteen food lah, Karthikeyan.
Oh no, I only eat bread actually. I've never been to my school canteen.
Sorry. Sir, will you be able to pin your screen as well? No, you have to pin one. I've already pinned myself on my screen. I pin myself and Jason. So guys, if it's for you, you have to pin yourself one. Do you do school homework? I dare not comment. Nah.
School homework, depending on the usefulness. Now, sometimes teachers, I won't say names, sometimes teachers will ask you to do notes or like copy notes and stuff. Sometimes I tend not to do that. It's a waste of time anyways. Imagine if you already have Mr. Khor's bio notes and teacher asks you to do notes again. It'd be fully waste of time. I only did once and I also copied Mr. Khor's notes into the notebook just to submit it. But after the MCO, so don't really have to submit work.
This is the problem that they are facing, which you have faced because you are the first batch Form 4 MCO. Guys, because he's 1 year your senior, so technically that makes him the first batch of KSSM batch, which makes him whatever you went through, he also went through, but longer than you, definitely. Sonia have a question. If exam is approaching, how do you normally revise science subjects? Like for bio, got many Form 4 chapters and Form 5. Do you revise chapter by chapter?
Okay, so let's say not prior to exam, like normal days like that, I will first revise topically. Then when exam is nearing around, let's say 4 to 5 months, I'll start doing past year papers.
Sorry, 4 to 5?
4 to 5 months before exam.
4 to 5 months before exam means what? SPM lah.
Before SPM.
Okay, let's talk about midterm. Let's talk about midterm because their midterm is nearing.
We don't have midterm.
He didn't
We
even
didn't
have
have
midterm.
For us, we straight away set for trials. Then in 1 month time.
Okay, you take it as how you study for trials because they're gonna have their midterm soon. In fact, some of them crazy one by next week they're having midterm already.
Wow. Maybe if so, then around earlier times I'll study topically, but when let's say exam comes, I'll focus mostly on what's coming out for the exam only. That like the few topics and all. Let's say are they from 5 or from 4? They're from 5.
They're all from 5.
Then from 4, I will go through, like past year papers for Form 4. Because like that, you can revise more topics together. If you still go through topically, you tend to only remember a few topics. Then you'll forget the others. So it's better to do past year papers.
I think another question is, do you try a lot of questions?
Depending on the subject as well. Let's say maths and add maths and accounts, I'll do a lot of questions.
Okay, but how often?
Maths, I would say I'll do, maths and add maths, I'll do twice a week, excluding homework.
Guys, he scored A+, A+ for add maths, A+ for maths, A+ for accounts. You have to do, like what he said, you have to do at least twice a week, and that excludes homework. Homework. Wait, sorry. Sir, ask my question. His question is, do you sleep after school? No, he don't sleep. He go back home, then he go to school the next day. He don't need to sleep. No, he takes a nap. Just now he said that he took nap.
How long you do revision? Okay.
What's the question? I'm sorry. Wait.
How long you do revision in a day?
Or how long do you revise in a day? Okay, near exam. Let's say 3 weeks before major exam.
I'll study whenever I can.
Whenever you can.
I'll study whenever I can, but then I'll use 50 minutes study, 10 minutes break. Pomodoro.
Guys, 50-10. 50-10. That's what I did also last time actually. But nowadays, research papers say that you all have very low attention span. So it went down to I think 30-10.
30-10 or 25-5 also gone.
No 25 too short already 25 is too short. 50 minutes I think a bit long also because you can tahan the first session, maximum second. You cannot tahan the third round. So I think 30, 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes is just nice. Exam papers for maths and maths during revision. Oh, they're asking what do you do? What questions do you attempt?
Yeah, exam questions or like, you know, revision books. For our batch, we didn't really have a lot of reference books, but I think now when you go Popular, there's a lot of reference books you guys can do from there. From us, we had limited choices.
Oh, guys, their batch. Yeah, now you said it. They didn't even manage to get textbook on time, lah.
Yeah.
Your batch Form 4 Bio got the textbook in March or April. Some of the schools.
Worst
Started
comes,
January.
yeah, worst comes to worst, you can do other batch past year papers because some topics it will still be related unless it's new topic.
Okay, got one question. How do you manage or make your timetable?
Timetable. I think I followed Mr. Khor's timetable. I remember Mr. Khor taught us how to do a timetable.
I haven't taught them yet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Khor split into one day there's morning, afternoon, and night. I still remember that one. I added myself a midnight session.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because I can't wake up at 8 to study, so I add one midnight session instead. So like, Mr. Khor put morning, afternoon, let's just say night. Then he'll put like subjects, different subjects throughout the day and study during that time.
Yeah, guys, I'll be teaching you all that later on. How do you remember? Wow, this one quite hard to answer there. How do you remember all the content of the subjects? I want to say this first. It's impossible to remember all the content of all the subjects, especially with KSSM now. Yeah, but how do you, I think how the question is more to like, subjects are so tough. I think this is my question also. Subjects so many, content so much, like how do you go about it? How do you manage it?
I actually have very terrible memory, but do notes do your own notes Like that, at least you have memory of what you wrote down. As cliche as it sounds, it actually works. Whereby you do your own notes, but it doesn't have to be long notes. Just put bullet points of the key points inside. Whichever sentence which will get you 1 mark, just put that short few words inside. Just to remember the points. Like how Mr. Khor teaches processes. Just a few points that will give you marks. Just remember the keywords enough. For Sejarah and Bio, Sejarah just mix stuff into a story. Then you automatically remember the story easily.
How do you handle Sejarah? 2-3 students asking.
Sejarah, make short notes. Just how do you say? You make short bullet point notes.
Okay. Can I ask you on what do you do your short notes?
I used to do short notes on a small book, but now I use my iPad to do short notes.
Oh, okay, guys. Time to get the iPad.
Or A4 paper also works.
Okay. From what I learned from research, guys, one of the if you maybe it's a male thing, maybe it's just me, but okay, you can use the full A4 paper to write, but I find this is very hard to manage. Okay, how I did my notes last time, because no iPad that time, not like Jason. Still paper and pen. I fold this into half. Everything will be here, easier to manage. This is how I did it lah. Yeah. Of course, you can use whatever you're comfortable with. I think Sejarah have to do short notes one. Sejarah have to do short notes. Is there really a need to do a lot of questions for Sejarah?
Not really. It's more of memorizing for Sejarah. Really, if you want to do questions,
just keep going through, right? Just keep going through only, right?
It'll be K-Bud if you want to do workbooks and all.
Okay, not to like badmouth any book, but then I find certain books in the market now. This is just my honest opinion, because your syllabus is very new. Some of the subjects, some of the content like not so accurate also one. Or you
Yeah.
feel after you do, like it's quite, like it doesn't give any impact on your learning curve?
Yeah, so for sejarah, normally I'll just read from the textbook and I'll do some of the questions from the textbook because textbook can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Just do from, means how you studied sejarah was how I studied sejarah.
Yeah.
Just make notes from sejarah textbook, simplify, then go through again and again.
Yeah, there's not really a need to go through questions.
Do you time yourself when you do past year paper or trial paper? Do you time yourself?
I don't time myself because I write very fast. So it just, normally I have lots of time to go through the paper as well.
But if you write very fast, why do you have to time yourself?
I don't time myself.
Oh, you don't
I don't time
okay,
myself.
I heard wrongly. Because you got iPad, guys. Very smooth one, yeah.
Last year papers, paper 2, I print out to do. Paper 1 only I use my iPad to do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We covered bio, we covered sejarah. Maths, MS have to do every week at least twice.
Yeah.
But was it you who mentioned just now, guys? I actually bumped into Jason just now. If you saw my Insta story, yeah. I ajak another student to like come out lah. Then I bumped into him in Old Town. Then I said, hey, I'm going to the center. And then he also came to the center. So coincidentally, he wanted to go to the center to collect his deposit. You were the one who said maths graph is very low light, right? Was it you?
I don't think so. I don't normally do graph for maths.
Oh no, I mean the a lot of people was
the bell curve.
Bad score for maths in SPM.
Oh, I think it wasn't me.
Oh, I think another student did. Guys, the maths score, a lot of people were expecting bad scores like in short, but all end up getting a lot of it. A lot. How do you manage physics essay?
Physics essay. One of it is Mr. Khor's essay book. I don't know if you're still selling now, but the essay book actually helped a lot.
Still got people simply printing and selling also got I leave it lah.
Either the essay books or like maths and maths do practices lah. Because physics has a very wide variety. The essays are normally keyword, so there's no really a full stop to it. So it'll be just practice makes perfect. But then after that, when you tend to do more, you figure out the pattern. Like some of the answers you can use back for a lot of stuff, like low density. Why? Because it's light. Some questions like it tends to get repetitive, so you tend to find the pattern.
I'm looking at a very good question now. Which I completely, I mean, it didn't occur to me much recently lah. But this is a very important factor, guys. Distraction. Now the question is, do you? I changed your question a bit lah. Do you put away your phone when you study?
Yeah. You have to put away your phone when you study.
How far?
Outside the room.
Outside the room, guys. Throw it out. Open the door, throw it out, close the door. Like you put it on silent, you put it outside lah.
Yeah, I put it on vibrate and put it outside.
What is your daily screen time?
My daily screen time. Maximum, I would say, during exam time would be 1 hour, 1 to 2. But that was because normally I use my phone to, and you know that last time online classes.
Yeah.
So the screen time wouldn't be that accurate as well.
Don't count that. If you don't count that.
If I don't count that, I would say maximum 1 hour.
Do you still play games nearing exam?
Yeah, actually.
Why you laugh like that?
Because when I find people to play games during exam, they tell me, "Are you crazy? Still playing games during exam?"
Who? Your parents?
I ask my friends to play.
Oh.
My parents don't really care about me.
Also, you're one of those friends lah. Make your friend all cannot study lah. Like my friend last time.
But I only play after I finish everything I want to do for the day lah.
I think you can play, but just to distress out.
Yeah, just
to distress.
Get addicted.
Okay. One student asking, how about chemistry? How do you go about chemistry?
Chemistry, just make sure your foundation is strong. And whatever you need to memorize, make sure you memorize it well. Like the
Like
first
how?
20 elements, memorize it, like just die memorize. Because chemistry questions, it's basically theory questions. Only a few will be K-bar. So if you can memorize it well, you can answer it well. And make
Okay.
notes.
Do
Make
you
notes.
find paper 2 last year easy or hard for chemistry?
For SPM or
SPM.
SPM paper 2 was very easy. I
Yeah, guys,
remember.
this is what they were all saying. Paper 2 chemistry was very easy. Okay, guys, I haven't asked Jason before. This is the very first time. How do you find paper 2 bio?
Paper 2 by for me it was manageable, not too hard.
Not too
If
hard.
you got studied, then it came out. It's not a lot of K but except for the part C. The what's it called? Chapter 10 came out for Form 5. The one you said if can don't take the essay. It came out for section C.
Yeah. They haven't reached chapter 10 at all. How do you study BM? Wow, BM. Okay.
Yeah, BM I got A only and I get A+. BM for paper 1 practices lah. For paper 1 is practices. Paper 2 read karangans no. But you read
How do you practice? How do you practice paper 1?
Paper 1 exercise past year papers.
So basically you do a lot of past year paper also.
Yep.
And
Mostly
how do you get the past year paper from seniors?
Yeah. Or like teachers will give, your tuition teachers will give, or like school teacher will give. So normally you just take it lah. Or workbooks. BM you can still buy workbooks at the time.
I think languages, the workbook still quite good.
Yeah.
How do you practice writing karangan? Like writing one usually takes very long. How do you practice?
Writing karangan. I don't usually write karangan actually. I only memorize the point. I only read through the points. Then I'll read through like how to start a paragraph, how to end a paragraph nicely, and the penjodoh bilangan, all those lah.
Yeah, actually, guys, it's time wasting for you to write the whole karangan. Yeah. You should have some basic foundation if you learn BM from standard 1. Why are you writing the whole karangan always? You should be taking it like paragraph by paragraph, key points, pendahuluan, yeah, the conclusion, kesimpulan. Shouldn't practice the whole thing already. But your karangan is shorter than my time lah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this question like if I don't ask you this, I think the student will scold me. He typed a few times already. Do you drink coffee every day?
Yeah, I actually drink coffee every day when there's school. Then during exam time, I'll drink more coffee.
Guys, forget about the coffee, guys. Drink back your Milo. Drink back your Milo. Don't drink coffee. Once you get addicted, then you blame Jason, you blame me. Drink Milo and ice kosong, okay? Tuition, do you go tuition for all the subjects?
Yeah, I actually go for tuition for all the subjects except for moral.
I just wanted to say that, except moral.
Yeah, except moral.
English also you went?
Yeah, English I went. I followed Mrs. Daniel from 1.
Oh, okay.
So finish it up at SPM.
Okay. When did you actually start studying for? Okay, guys, last 1 minute because after this I got Form 4. When did you actually start studying for? Okay, let me put it in a nicer way. I think everyone would want to know this. Okay, 6 months, let's say your SPM was March. Let's say 7-8 months before that, meaning around maybe June, July last year, did you feel that you're going to score straight A's?
Not really, because I'm not actually a straight A student, like top student or anything. The first time that I actually got close to a straight A was during trials time. Other than that, I've never.
No, you already had exams. You already had exams also, to be frank.
Yeah.
None also, you didn't really have exam, just 1 time only, if I'm not mistaken. One time
trials.
only. Trials only.
Yeah.
No exam. Okay, no. I think the question is this. When did you really start to push for SPM?
March, around October, 6 months before SPM.
6 months before SPM.
Yeah.
Means the percubaan is around here lah. So 2 months before trials guys. 2 months before trial. So why I ask you this question is because, guys, to let you know that if you feel that, sir, I'm not there yet, I'm not a straight A student, I want to get there, is there still time? I'm scoring Bs, I'm even scoring Cs. Can I get straight As? Jason, you answer lah, can or not?
Definitely can, because I didn't even get straight for my trials.
Okay, I don't want to say who lah, but I just met someone just now. She told me, one of the parents, she told me the son failed quite a few subjects in trials, like 1A only. Then end up in SPM, he got seven A's. 7 A's, yeah. So actually, there's still a lot of time if you make use of it now. Okay. Okay, guys, that's all the time we have today. You see, time passed damn fast. Time passed damn fast. Hey, thank you so much, Jason, guys. Can you please say thank you to Jason for making his time for you? Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you, Jason. I see you. I think mostly likely next week.
All right.
Next week. Okay, take care.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank
okay,
you, sir.
okay. All right. Bye. Okay.